Hi.
Hey everybody,
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, there
crispy,
you are.
I
crispy.
know it's dark out here. I didn't think it was going to be so dark. It's a dark night. There's not a lot of light.
So where are you guys? Miami?
Miami. I'm just recovering. I just moved in my youngest into her dorm yesterday. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So tonight's a crazy
I'm
show
excited.
because we have that crazy deal where guys are making money suing each other. That's what's so interesting about this one.
A lot of money.
It's a South Florida angle tonight, Kevin, having that amazing company with those two really, really profitable, very smart entrepreneurs trying to figure out what to do. So I know everybody's going to tune in to see what you decide, Kevin, is the best option for them, corporate or franchise.
It is unusual that mostly people think about litigation around failure when people are trying to just scrape the assets that are left. But here we saw in the money court a case of phenomenal success and still litigation. Partners that couldn't decide on how to make even more money. Pretty unusual.
So, Kevin, when you have a situation like that where it's people that are both really smart, that clearly know the space, like what guides you to maybe listen to maybe one side versus the other when you're trying to make that kind of decision?
You don't have a lot of risk. They're not going to lose any money. And that's the crazy part. I just think that what's best for the business, because you've got so many investors and they've proven success, and these guys, are kind of salt of the earth guys. They made it happen on their own, which I really like. But they both had great arguments. But I think the outcome is exactly what it should be. I don't want to give it away, but I think tonight people are going to see a little part of themselves in here. It's great to see greed in action. I love greed.
We know you do. We know you do. But yeah, what a terrible problem to have. These guys can't figure out what to do because they're just making so much money, but they can't stop working. So, what
Yeah.
about that balance, Kevin? I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
get
I
into
mean,
it.
well, Ed, I'm going to leave it for the people who watch the show because I thought I had a great answer for you, and I'm still right today.
Of course
So,
you are.
so Kevin, like every week, and we're seeing the comments that are down there. Everybody always wants to know what's on your wrist tonight, Kevin. What are you wearing tonight?
Oh, tonight I'm wearing well, actually two things. I'm really into health now, so I got a red band Whoop, like monitoring all the sleep and all that stuff. I'm into Whoop, and I got an Aura ring too, checking out sleep. And then I'm tonight wearing a classic Daytona with a red band. This is the all-time classic, most desirable watch in the world right now. White face Daytona Panda, it's called, with the ceramic black. Classic entry level Rolex. Just looks terrific. I look gorgeous tonight. I can't believe I'm just looking at myself saying, gee, you look terrific.
And he's so humble, guys. He's just so humble, also.
That's great. So listen, I mean, Katie, can you read any of these questions? Maybe you could ask it, we could answer some of them.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a lot of fan love for that Daytona, and some people are asking, what can we expect for tonight's show? Well, other than those two awesome guys that are the entrepreneurs that are finding the fountain of youth, is what we'll say. We also have that really great case dealing with more kind of wellness, but we're doing the beauty angle. So tonight we also have that case involving whether or not you're going to allow somebody else to invest in your company. Kevin, are there kind of some priority criteria that you look at when you're trying to figure out if you're going to let somebody invest in your own company?
I love that case. I thought it brought up a lot of good issues. What I really started to like about Money Court is the cases are real. It's real money. It's not like somebody's complaining the cat is making too much noise next door and the dog ate your homework. That's not what this show's about. These are people suing the crap out of each other, and real money. And I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned. Everybody can find their own family in these stories, their own situation, their own antagonism. I just find that life is so complicated, but boils down to three things: men, women, and money. And that's what we're talking about on Money Court.
Yeah, and we also have a case tonight which is about love and business. I mean, we got another married couple that's business partners and they can't figure it out. And it gets kind of complicated there when you don't leave it at the office. There's no shutting the door and turning off the cell phone. You're going home. And What do you think about that, Kevin? I know we've seen
I,
that
I think it's
kind of in
very,
light court a couple of times.
very hard to be married, have a family, run a business. I mean,
That's right. That's my life, Kevin.
yeah,
Married,
you
have
know,
a family, and I run a business, and my business partner is, drum roll, my husband. So I have been there, and I live that every day.
I can't imagine. I'm going to see you in the money court next year with your husband.
And I know how you guys are going to lean. I will recuse myself from the decision-making process, but I have a feeling that you guys are going to lean in my direction.
It's the hardest thing to do. Being together 8 hours, you know, is tough. But 16 is like, I mean, come on. It's a nightmare. It's tough.
But I have no doubt that Katie's done it right. I'm sure you got everything in writing. You got it all laid out, so you don't have to like throw dishes at each other to make a decision.
Yeah, well, and we just had a really great question down there from some people that are tuning in, which is, how do you balance your family and your business life? And Kevin, do you have any maybe pearls of wisdom after all of these years on how do you kind of balance your family life and your business life? Do you give one a little bit more attention than the other?
No, you have to balance time, and my thing is always on the weekends. I'm very fortunate. I always say to my kids who live in different cities, and you know, pick a place you want to go to each weekend, and we'll all gather there for 3 days, girlfriends included, boyfriends included, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do that because otherwise I'd never see them. The rest of the week I'm gone, and I think you have to kind of make time for family and blend it in with your objectives as an entrepreneur or an investor or a business manager, whatever it is. You got to balance life. You have to have time for your family. I always say it's weekends. It's terrific. But now I just pay for them to get to me. That's how it works.
And Ada, you're also a working mom, wife, sister, daughter. Do you have some insight or pearls of wisdom on people to balance that kind of life and business? How do you do that? Because you also run your own business as well.
You know, it's hard. It's hard. And it's all a matter of setting your priorities and organizing yourself. And I put everything on a schedule. I'm like a little bit crazy about that. Like I have my workouts, my family time, when I'm going to answer emails, when I'm going to do everything. Otherwise, like nothing gets done. Like, oh, I never got around to this or I never got around to that. So including like time spent with family, you know, it's just, it has to be a priority, I think, in my opinion. I've always put that first. And that's another discussion when we get into that I'm going to save. But I always put family first. And of course, I got to put food on the table too. So business is really important as well. But it's all a balancing act. You know, whenever any extreme is bad, in my opinion. You're a workaholic, then that's no good. Or if you're only spending time with your family and you're not working, then how are you going to feed them?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people that are commenting right now on Instagram Live saying that you got to put the same amount of effort into work as you do to your family, and it's got to be exactly the same, and the balance got to be there. Although I know that Kevin feels differently, as we've seen in some of the clips and the promos for tonight. Kevin, people want to know about your jacket. They're calling it the OG jacket. So what's up with the jacket, Kevin?
Well, I got to tell you, jean jackets, I've been wearing them since I was a teenager. You know, like a Levi's jean jacket, $220 is a fantastic jacket. And then a few years ago, this whole thing started with, you know, designer jean jackets where they only made 17 and only 3 were large. And this is an Yves Saint Laurent. And I don't get sucked into that kind of BS. I just, you know, people are emailing me saying, look, there's going to be a drop of this jacket. You got to be one of the owners. There's going to be a heart on the back. Only 3 hearts in the whole world. I say, that's all crap. But I got sucked in on this one. I really did. And I paid a stupid price for this jacket. I wear it to bed at night because I'm too scared someone's going to steal it. Let me just show you the red heart on the back. This Yves Saint Laurent here. Ready? Can you see that?
Oh.
So that's the only thing on the jacket. So Mr. Wonderful has now admitted to all of you on Instagram Live right now that he may have made a bad investment. Kevin, is this a confessional?
No,
I have not.
I know what I paid for it, and I was walking through an airport. I think it was Logan, and this guy came up to me and said, you have one of the 3 large Yves Saint Laurents. How much for that jacket? I said, there's no price. And we started our negotiation. But I got to be honest with you, I love this thing, and I love wearing it, and I feel like such a weenie with this on. Like, you know, only 3 other guys have it. Somewhere in the world, only 3 other people have it. Come
Oh
on.
wait, somebody's asking Kevin, did you borrow? Never saying he borrowed it from Damon. Did you borrow that jacket
Oh,
for Damon? Tell the truth.
No, no, definitely not. I am actually, people don't know this, but I'm his fashion consultant. I tell him what.
you know what they say, Katie? What separates the men from the boys? The
What
price
is
of
it?
their toys.
Ah, well, men's
Yeah, but
boys
how
with their
many
toys.
men go? How many men like go for this BS on acquiring sneakers and one of a kind jean jackets? You women get sucked into that, but I never did until this jacket. I got screwed.
And the pens and the belts and the watches. Come on, you love your toys. You style. You're
I've made
always
money.
styling in your
Ad,
toys.
I've made money on my watches. I'm up 114% year over year. Like my watches are gone up in value. It's an asset class to me. That's what it is. It's investment.
Kevin, you got to pay attention. You're getting some comments below making offers for that jacket. Somebody offered you $3 for the jacket, but they wanted 15% royalties. So you got
I love
somebody who's
it. I love it.
challenging you
I
as
love
the
it.
royalty king. They're making that offer to you.
The jacket is legend. That's it.
So
So
add
listen,
a
guys,
question.
let's get back to money court. I mean, there's a lot of there's some heartbreak tonight. There's some euphoria. There's a lot of different emotional moments in tonight's show. But I think what we're going to see is a love-hate relationship with those two guys with the health clinics. Let's just see how people react to that. I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait. You couldn't even make that case up, and the other cases are all great. I think it's, the comments from last week have been terrific. People love this stuff because it's their own families. That's what they're watching.
Oh, I want to see how many conversations are going to happen tonight after money court when they see that couple that are arguing over how to, if to make that big expense right after the pandemic. I think that same argument is going on in a lot of households right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're kind of 6 months ahead of the market on money court. We're seeing what's going on. Yeah, I think that you're right. There's going to be a ton of cases like that. The thing is, you guys know this better than I do, but the whole system's gummed up. Nobody can get to trial anymore. So you got to go through arbitration. That's what we do. We do a great job. I know the exit interviews on the people from last week, 90% were happy with the outcomes. So I think the outcomes are helping people get their lives back together. So I'm very proud of that for all of us.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, all over the country, people are stuck with cases that they can't see a judge. They're not going to get to trial for years, and they can't get a decision. They can't get a verdict. They can't get closure. They can't get finality. They can't move on to whatever the next step of what they have to do. And on money court, people are able to resolve this, and not only just resolve it, but resolve it by getting Kevin's business knowledge and wisdom, and then our legal acumen. And I think they get a great solution. For anybody who has a problem, that they want us to resolve, we are taking applications now for money court. If you go to moneycourtnow.com, you can apply to be on money court and have us decide your case. Have Kevin tell you what he thinks you should do and have us argue with him about it.
That's right, Anna. So it's moneycourtnow.com. And if you submit an application, you could be on the next season of Money Court, and you get to be able to have Kevin decide your dilemma and tell you what to do.
Yeah, I think that's good. We should call out. There's so many cases we can help you, and also, we'll talk a little bit about your journey. I think that's important, and find out who you are. We'll peel the onion on your case, and we'll do the right thing. Save the business, save the customers, save the shareholders, save the brand. I'm pretty good at that. So, bring it on. So, listen, tonight, guys, you're going to see a crazy show. I'm proud of this show. I think we all are. And we had no idea what was going to happen when we started taping it, but we love what we produced. And I think it's going to go on forever because there's never going to be an end to fighting about money, ever.
Money is king, maybe money is queen. We're going to have to find out tonight when everybody tunes in at 10 o'clock for another brand new episode of Money Court on CNBC. Every Wednesday, there's going to be a brand new episode. So I hope everybody tunes in. We've got people, guys, that are all over the world. I've seen Brazil. I've also seen Vegas, which I know was one of Ada's personal favorites. But yes, from Brazil. We also have Kevin's backyard of Canada representing tonight. So we appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight to our Instagram Live to be able to say hi and to have some of their questions answered on Instagram Live by Kevin O'Leary and Ada Pozo.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody who's come on Instagram and everybody who's watching the show. We know so many people are loving it. And, send us your comments. Apply to be on the next season. Again, moneycourtnow.com. And we'd love to help you decide your case, get you out of whatever rut it is instead of you waiting years and years and years to get it resolved in the court system and thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands in lawyer fees later.
Enjoy the show, everybody. 10 o'clock, CNBC. Be there. Take care, my friends.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Tune in.
Bye,
Thanks.
guys. Great seeing
Bye,
you.
everybody.